Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into a story that's been absolutely dominating the tech world. Specifically, the front page of Hacker News. If you're a developer, an entrepreneur, or just someone keenly interested in the bleeding edge of technology, you know Hacker News is the pulse. It's where the most innovative ideas are shared, where industry giants drop news, and occasionally, where absolute trainwrecks are dissected with surgical precision. And folks, today's top story falls squarely into that last category. We're talking about a product that many are calling, quite frankly, half-baked. It's a launch that has left users scratching their heads and developers fuming. So, what exactly happened? Why did a seemingly reputable company release something so unfinished? Let's break it down. For those unfamiliar, Hacker News, or HN as it's often abbreviated, is Y Combinator's news aggregator. Focused primarily on computer science and entrepreneurship, it's a meritocracy of ideas, where upvotes propel stories to the top, and the comment sections are often a goldmine of expert analysis, heated debates, and sometimes brutal honesty. When a story hits the HN front page and stays there, especially with hundreds of comments, it means something significant has struck a nerve within the tech community. And this story? Oh, it struck a nerve. Alright, the product in question, without naming names, is a new offering from a company that has, until now, held a relatively solid reputation in its niche. Let's just say it's in a rapidly evolving sector. Think anything from an AI-powered productivity tool to a new platform for creative collaboration, or even a hardware-software integration. The anticipation for this particular release was palpable. Beta testers had given mixed signals, but the marketing machine promised a revolutionary experience. However, upon its public debut, the reality couldn't have been further from the hype. Users quickly discovered a litany of issues. Core functionalities were missing, critical bugs were rampant, and the user interface felt clunky and unintuitive, almost like a placeholder. There were reports of frequent crashes, data synchronization failures, and performance so sluggish it made early 2000s dial-up feel snappy. It wasn't just feature light. It was fundamentally broken in several key areas. It felt less like a product ready for prime time and more like an internal alpha build accidentally pushed to production. The reaction on Hacker News was swift and merciless. Threads exploded with comments ranging from bewildered disappointment to outright outrage. How could they release this in this state? One user asked, echoing hundreds of others. Another commented, "It feels like they just strapped a fancy UI onto a proof of concept and called it done." The term, half-baked, became the prevailing sentiment. Developers debated the ethics of launching such an unpolished product, questioning the company's commitment to quality and their users. There were accusations of disrespect towards their customer base, and even cynical speculation about investor pressure forcing an premature release. Some tried to find silver linings, suggesting it might be a minimum viable product taken to an extreme. But even those arguments were largely drowned out by the sheer volume of negative feedback. The consensus was clear. This was a significant misstep. So, the million-dollar question: why does this happen? Why do companies, even established ones, push out products that are so clearly not ready? There are usually a confluence of factors at play. One common culprit is immense pressure to ship. This could come from investors demanding a return on investment by a certain date, or from internal stakeholders setting ambitious, often unrealistic, deadlines. There's also the first-mover advantage mentality, where companies rush to be the first to market with a particular feature or technology, even if it means sacrificing quality. Technical debt can also play a huge role. If a product is built on a shaky foundation, Adding new features can destabilize it further, leading to a cascade of bugs. Sometimes, it's a case of mismanaged expectations internally, where leadership might not fully grasp the complexity or time required to polish a product. And let's not forget the pivot scenario, where a company drastically changes direction, trying to quickly retool an existing product for a new market without the proper re-engineering. In essence, it's often a conflict between business urgency and engineering reality, where reality unfortunately loses. The consequences of such a launch are multifaceted and often long-lasting. For users, it's a breach of trust. They invested their time, and potentially money, into a product that didn't deliver on its promises. This can lead to churn, negative reviews, and a general reluctance to trust future offerings from the same company. For the company itself, the reputational damage can be severe. In the age of social media and global tech communities like Hacker News, bad news travels fast and wide. Rebuilding that trust is an uphill battle, requiring significant effort, transparency, and a genuine commitment to fixing the issues. Internally, it can lead to developer burnout and low morale, as engineers are often the ones left to clean up the mess and face the backlash. It's a lose-lose situation for almost everyone involved, except perhaps for competitors who can capitalize on the misstep. This whole saga on Hacker News serves as a powerful cautionary tale for the entire tech industry. In an era where move fast and break things has evolved into move fast and ship broken things, we need to seriously re-evaluate the balance between speed, innovation, and quality. Users today are savvier, more demanding, and less forgiving of obvious flaws. The bar for a truly finished product might be shifting, but the core expectation of functionality and a reasonable user experience remains. Companies that prioritize short-term gains over long-term user satisfaction risk alienating their audience and ultimately harming their brand. It highlights the critical importance of robust testing, honest communication, and perhaps most importantly, having the courage to delay a launch if a product simply isn't ready. Because one viral Hacker News thread can do more damage than months of positive marketing can repair. So, what do you think? Have you experienced a half-baked product launch recently? Do you think the pressure to innovate is making companies cut corners? Or is this just an isolated incident? Let us know your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We love hearing from you. If you found this discussion insightful, please hit that like button, share it with your tech-savvy friends, and definitely subscribe for more deep dives into the world of tech. Until next time, stay curious and choose your software wisely.